Hello, 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 everybody. How are you? I'm doing good. It's been a little minute since I went live, so I decided, let me take this time to go live and discuss some feedback that I got on my last video. Hey, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Um, and I cannot go live early in the day to save my life. Like, it cannot happen. It's always something like, of course, there's Labor Day festivities going on. So I've been doing that all weekend. Tomorrow's Labor Day. It's more festivities. And then I have a busy week. So this is when I could go live. So I'm sorry if it's too late for some of you, but this live will stay up. No worries. You can catch the replay. But from the looks of things, y'all in the building, y'all still in the building. Yes, this video will stay up. It will stay up. So let's get into it. um, I've said this before, but anytime I make a video about swirling, black women swirling in particular, all hell breaks loose. I get so much feedback. The responses are crazy. I gotta block people left and right, mostly black men for obvious reasons, right? But it's also other black women. Like, everybody, it just goes crazy over that kind of content. And I don't even do swirling content that often. But every time I do it, it's just so much drama surrounding the video. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I always have to come back and give my afterthoughts on it or respond to the feedback. And it's ridiculous. But we're here, we're gonna do it. Um And first, let me say this. For some reason, some of you took me saying that I am exclusively dating non-black men as me trying to make other black women exclusively date non-black men. So I want to make it clear that I still don't care who black women date as long as they're being treated well. Y'all know I'm working on a lifestyle series where I'm interviewing black women who are living various lifestyles. And I've actually interviewed black women who are in happy, hypergamous relationships with black men. And I'm happy for those women. Like I said before, you guys, every individual black woman's journey will be different. I know not all of us are going to date or marry out. I'm not trying to force you guys to do that. My last video was for black women who want to date out but are having a hard time taking the next step. And also for black women who are refusing to date non-black men for irrational reasons. But if you're one of the rare black women who are not in some kind of struggle of colorist, dysfunctional relationship with a black man, I don't have a problem with you or your relationship. This is not that kind of channel. I'm not trying to police what you do and who you date. Okay, I'm not like I'm not trying to do that. Mocha Mommy says, "I love your last video. It makes me happy when black women encourage one another to live lives to the fullest." Yeah, and it was for who it was for. You know, that's it. That's all. So I'm not trying to force you guys to do anything. I'm not trying to police, your pussies. I'm not doing any of that. And for the people saying, "Oh, well, Chrissy, you switched up. First, you're saying it not all black men, and now you're saying that you're only interested in dating non-black men." Um, I'm not sure where some of you women have been. I don't know if you're hard of hearing. Maybe you missed the video or your listening comprehension skills are poor. I'm not sure what it is because I said a long time ago that my preference in men has changed. Do y'all remember when I said that? Let me know in the chat if y'all remember when I said that I no longer have a desire to date black men. Put it in the chat. And I also said that even though I have no desire to date black men, I'm not 100% opposed to dating a black man if I just so happen to meet a rare one that I liked. I said it over and over again that it would be very rare for me to date another black man. Did I not say that? And then in my last video, I said that I'm not going to go out of my way to date a black man. I'm exclusively dating non black men right now, and that could change. I said, I'll never say never. I'll never say that I'll never date a black man again. That is the same thing, just phrased differently. So I'm trying to figure out what's not clicking. What's not clicking here? I didn't switch up over here. I'm still, I'm not calling black men apes and gorillas like some of you guys want me to. And my platform is not to satisfy or appease any of you on this platform. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Somebody was paying attention. Let There Be Light says, you also said it's part of protecting your safety not to date black men due to the nature of your channel. Exactly. So you were in the building, you were in attendance. Your listening comprehension skills are very good, it seems. So I'm trying to figure out what's not clicking. And let me say this. I said this before, and I'm really trying not to be messy, okay? But I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I am not going to keep apologizing for my change on this platform, from being pro-black community to pro-black woman. I mean, hasn't it been like 5 years now since I was pro-black community? Hasn't it been like since 2017 or something like that? Since I've been pro-black community? I've been supporting black women swirling for about 4 or 5 years now, and been doing content about that for about 4 or 5 years now. So at this point, I have to assume that some of you who are still bringing up my old content, like I just changed yesterday or just changed in the last video, are really upset about something else. So I think you need to be honest about your real issue here. I think some of you on YouTube, on this platform, you think you own the topic of interracial dating for black women, and you're triggered when someone you don't care for, like myself, or a black woman like myself who changed. You're triggered when we speak about interracial dating because you don't allow black women to change. You want us to stay the same forever. You think you own these talking points, or I don't know what it is. But I'm here to tell you guys again, for all of you that may have forgotten, I do what I want on my channel. Okay? I'm not sure who some of these black women on YouTube think they are, but I'm not your child, and I'm not a child. Okay? No BWE content creator, Black Woman Empowerment, for those of you who don't know what that stands for. No BWE content creator, no divester content creator, or any other black woman on YouTube gets to tell me what I'm required to do. Okay? If I put out a certain message in 2015 and I want to course correct in 2017, or if I decide to date exclusively or non-black men exclusively in 2022, I can do that. I don't know why y'all think black women can't change, or that we don't have the right to change, but we do. Just like some of y'all were either mammying or fucking broke dusties, having niggas babies, however many years ago, however many months ago, however many days ago. Let's just be real. Because a lot of y'all still sucking fucking niggas. Y'all live with them. They're your baby daddies. Okay. Just like y'all still on here arguing online with dusties on panels every week. Yet you on here hollering about divestment and leaving Blackistan. But you don't think that's flip-flopping? Yeah. Just like you can do that, I can do and say what I want on my channel as well. And see, since you want to keep reminding me of shit I said 5 years ago, I'm going to remind you of who most of you used to be and still are as well. And of course, this does not apply to my supporters. This applies to the women it applies to. They know who I'm talking to. Most of you did not wake up divested from black men. Some of you saying you're divested now, you're still not divested. It just so happens that your change wasn't documented like mine was. And so you think you can somehow hold it over my head. No, that's not how this works. If you're still online arguing with black men every week, if you have a nigga's baby, Okay? If you still live with your baby daddy, you like you're not you have like no authority over me. You're not superior. Okay? So I was like, I don't know who you guys think that you are, but I'm not hiding from my past. Excuse me. I say it all the time that I changed. My old content is up. I'm not embarrassed. I speak openly about my course correction. I've owned it. I've joked about my old pick me ways. Like, and if you don't believe I've changed or you think I'm fake or flip flopping, it doesn't matter because who are you? Who are you? Again, I'm not sure who some of you think you are, but I don't have to keep owning up to something I've stated several times just because you don't believe me. I don't have to go out of my way to prove anything to you people. You think I'm fake, and I think you are too. We're even. We even, bitch. And guess what? Both of us are still going to be on this platform. So now what? If I want to put out content about swirling after changing my mind, I can do that. And I'm going to keep doing that. And guess what? I'm still not a swirling channel. I'm still not a divestment channel. And I don't have to be a part of either group or label myself, either one of those things, to do a video about interracial dating. Okay? My opinions on divestment have not changed. The videos are still up. Nothing in my last video changes how I feel about some of you ladies. And you know what else? A black woman doesn't have to be divested to exclusively date non-black men. And just because I don't wish to be affiliated with divestment or some of these other black women on YouTube, or I don't like some of you, it doesn't mean I'm a fake swirler. Liking you and being part of your clique on YouTube is not a swirling prerequisite. That's not how this works. This is YouTube. Now, if you don't like that I do content on interracial dating, that's too bad. I suggest you don't watch because I'm not stopping. You don't control me. I don't have to follow any rules you set because you don't run me. You don't run my channel. You have no authority over me or any other black woman in this space. This is not high school. Okay. We're not in a clique. And I've said it a million times. I'm not a part of divestment. I'm not a part of divestment. Been saying that since day one. We'll keep saying it. We'll never be a part of divestment. Don't want to be. My platform stands on its own. I don't need an army to go after other black women on here. I don't need to, be in private discords, keeping up a bunch of shit with other content creators. I don't do that. Okay. And unlike other women on here, my platform, it wasn't made for this. It wasn't made to primarily compete with other black women on here or beef with other black women on here. I know some of you 40 and 50-year-old women, you for some reason you find that enjoyable, but I don't. I don't know if you're bored, if you're unfulfilled at home and you're supposed to happily divested life, but I don't find joy in doing this. Okay? I like to do my content. I like to stay out of the way, and that's what I've been doing for months. Have y'all seen me beefing with anybody in months? Have I said anything about anybody? I've been staying out the way. I've been doing really, really well staying out of drama. And I've been minding my business. Yet here you chicks are starting shit up again. So I wanted to take a second to remind you that you still don't run shit over here. You still don't. I'm still a grown ass woman. I'm not a teenager. And I'm not required to follow any rules that any of you made up on this platform, especially if you don't respect my platform. Got it? Got it? Are we clear? Are we clear? Good. So, after that long ass public service announcement, let's get into the content. Let's get into the video. So, like the title says, I want to talk about the fear that dark skinned women have with being fetishized, specifically by, I'll say white men, but just all non black men. But it's specifically really, the feedback I get a lot about white men like, oh, they're just going to fetishize you. And it reminded me of this series of TikToks this woman did. She's over in Turkey. She's beautiful, dark skinned woman, model-esque, has this big afro. And the people in Turkey, honey, they are enamored with this woman, honey. And she was just, I mean, I'm going to pull up the video so you guys can see. And because this kind of, and I wasn't going to really talk about it because I didn't care enough to talk about it like that. But the feedback I got on the last video, it relates to the TikTok series this woman did. And it's just, it ties into what I want to talk about in this live stream. So let's pull up the videos. Okay. This is the first video. And these are all out of order, but I'll figure it out.
What it's like as a Black woman in Turkey. Outfit for today.
Oh my god, that looks good. Hello. We take a picture. Please.
No.
I love you so much. Can I say something important? So jealous.
Oh, it's not so bad. You look okay.
Can we take a photo?
Taking more photos.
Yes.
Quick lemonade stop.
Photo.
Why are elderly people so sweet?
Looks like George Clooney.
Many people told me that.
More photos.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thanks so much.
Finally met another Black woman.
Not too tough.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
I like your. It's real always.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, how are you? For you free, and you will bring me luck.
You give to me for free?
Yeah.
This kept happening the entire time I was eating. Time to go home.
So that's the first one. Okay. And, you know, of course, the comments were what you would expect from Black people here in America, right? Who are like, oh my God, they're fetishizing you, and this is not a compliment, and all of that. I'm like, y'all. Now, did that bother y'all? Because it didn't bother me one bit. I didn't care. I was like, okay, girl, get your free meal, get your celebrity treatment or whatever. Now, when I saw it, I wasn't like, oh my God, those wonderful people in Turkey, they just love Black women, and they're not racist, and racism doesn't exist. So like, it wasn't I didn't feel that when I watched it either, but it was just like, okay, like I didn't feel anything. It was just like, oh, that's cool. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep to me. But of course, y'all gotta bring, and I get it. I totally get it with the history in our country. I totally get why Black women here would side eye that. And you know what? She was being fetishized. She was. I guess you could put that under the category of fetishization, but in this case, do I care? No. And do we always have to care as Black women about fetishization? That's going to trigger some people. And this is why I wanted to do this video. But before I get into the rest of it, I want to play the other ones. Because I just don't I feel like Black women are really bad at picking and choosing their battles. Because this is not something that you should have been outraged over at all. So this is the next one.
Part 2 of
Okay, here we go.
Part 2 of being a Black woman in Turkey. The baby was in love with me.
Picture of me. Okay.
Photo.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day.
Really?
Yes. Thank you.
Taking more photos.
Instagram. Não me quer. Boa.
Feeling myself a little. Getting asked for more photos. It's a little awkward when they take photos of just me. More photos. But regardless, I'm always having my fun. Bye.
So that's the second one. And fetishization or not, she wasn't being mistreated. I mean, she was being treated fine. It just wasn't that serious. Okay, so there's one more. We'll take a look at that one.
A day as a black woman in Antalya, Turkey.
Picture? Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Shakira. Thank you. Hello, Shakira. Hi. Can you no touching?
No, ma'am.
No, Ghana.
Now, see, if you wanted to be mad about something, that's what you should be mad about. I'll be like, girl, okay, this is where I draw the line. That's where you draw the line.
Hi. Shakira. Thank you. Hello, Shakira. Hi. Can you no touching?
No, ma'am.
No, Ghana.
Ghana girl.
Ghana.
She was so happy I said yes.
Can I help you?
Oh, look here, this is not.
Look here.
Wait.
At this point, I was getting tired.
Hi. Goodbye,
They
guys.
really made my day.
Picture? Yes, yeah.
Hello, Shakira. Hey.
Finally, almost home. Bye.
Yeah, so, she is exotic in Turkey. Plus, I mean, I just think that she's beautiful. That was another thing. It's not just because she's black, but she's beautiful. She has this big afro, she's very striking. So, she looks different, right? And so I'm not showing you this for you to be like, oh, black women, you all should go to Turkey and, get a Turkish man. And they love us over there. There's no racism. There's no colorism over there. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Okay. But is it really that deep for you to be outraged about? No. No. I don't feel like it is. And let me say this. This reminds me. First, let me say this. This reminds me of an article that was posted on Divine Dark Skin years ago about fetishization versus desirability. I think it was written by one of my writers. Her name is Liv. My old writers. Her name was Liv, and she wrote really good articles. And it was pretty much about how black women, and specifically dark skinned black women, can potentially capitalize from desirable stereotyping. And when we hear that as black women, we get triggered. But all other women are perfectly okay with capitalizing from their stereotype, their desirable stereotyping and their desirable fetishization, right? Asian women, mixed women, you don't hear them object too much about being objectified if it works in their favor, right? And again, I don't have a formal video about this, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about it and get your thoughts. And I'll probably make a video in the future after I really flesh out my thoughts. But this is something I hear often from the black community. Anytime a dark skinned woman is being or gets with a non black man or being seen as beautiful by non black men, and in this case, non black people, foreign people, this wasn't just men, it was everybody because she looks so different from most of the people there. But every single time, right? It's, oh, this is fetishization. This is not normal. And anytime they compliment her skin and her hair or black skin and black hair on a woman, it can never be genuine. No, these people really probably did think she was beautiful. I think it was genuine. And if not beautiful, different, exotic, unique, and what's wrong with that? Oh, well, who cares? And I can't lie to you guys, right? I've had this concern in the past when I was, pro blackity black, and um I just thought that being fetishized was the worst thing ever, right? And let me say this. Let me before I continue, because this video is going to be taken so far out of context. I can just see it. I can hear it, right? I want to say I will never downplay fetishization. Okay, I think and the really bad extreme fetishization, right? I think black women should always keep an eye out for non-black men who are only with them to live out some type of sick race fantasy they have about dark skinned women with natural hair. Obviously those men are out there, and I would never suggest that any black woman overlook that. Let me go to this super chat. um Edema 22 says, when does objectification benefit us? The image of people saying that a black woman is beautiful is beneficial. I know you guys don't really understand that, but anytime you are looking good promotionally, it benefits you. It makes you look good to other people. That is just how the human brain works, okay? That's just how it works. And y'all been objectified by black men for how many years? For having big butts and small, tiny waists. And are you not getting paid for that right now? Are y'all not getting paid for twerking all over the country right now, for being objectified and fetishized for your bodies? Are you not getting big bank off of that right now? Like, see, y'all want to play these games and act like it's not fetishization within the community, but you just think it's so wrong, and you can pinpoint it immediately when it's outside of the community. And all I'm saying is, if you truly have a problem with objectification and fetishization, why don't you clock it in your own community first? Why do you always clock it outside of your community? Why do you always clock it outside of your community? And if it and even if what this woman went through in Turkey does not benefit the collective of black women, it made her feel good. It made her feel good. So that matters. Who cares? Oh, see, this is a dusty trolling. And see, unlike some of these other channels who say they're divested and say who they're completely over black men, I don't argue with niggas on my channel. I don't have time. So you just gonna keep getting blocked. And so anyway, and see, and they say shit like that. Oh, you just take any attention that you can get from non-black men. Black women take any attention they can get from black men. Like, can we stop acting? And y'all are okay with it. Y'all are okay with it. I mean, can we be honest right now? Can we be honest with the fact that it's just a problem when non-black men do it? Can you just say it and be honest? Stephen Brown says black men fetishizing black women is normalized in the community, so black women are numb to it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel it coming. Somebody's gonna twist this around and lie and say, "Oh, Chrissy's telling dark skinned women that it's okay to be fetishized by black men or white men." They're gonna do that because they're desperate and they have to make things up. But what I'm saying is, when it's something like this, something on this small of a scale, where a black woman is in Turkey getting free dinners and pictures taken, like it's not that serious. And so my point here is that you need to pick and choose your battles. Now, I would never suggest that you overlook a man who, is trying to get at you on an app or something, and he's like, "Oh, that beautiful chocolate skin," and he's trying to engage in race player, all that other shit y'all worry about. Now, that's different. That's not the same thing as what happened here. Okay? It's not the same thing as a white man saying, "Oh, I love your beautiful chocolate skin." It's not that serious. He just likes your skin. Y'all, okay, would you get mad if a black man said that? Okay, do y'all in the chat, do y'all think a black woman would get mad if a black man said to a dark-skinned black woman, "Oh, I love chocolate women. I love your beautiful silky chocolate skin." Would they accuse that black man of fetishizing her? Is it only not a compliment when it's from a non-black person? Like, come on. And again, I'll reiterate, I understand due to our history as slaves in this country, I understand how dark skinned women would fear being fetishized. And I understand we're already over sexualized as black women. So it's a valid concern. But I didn't really see her in that video being over sexualized. Did you? I didn't see that. People were just like, oh, beautiful. Let me take your picture. Wow, wow, wow. Like it wasn't like, oh, look at that fat ass girl. Look at that wagon you got behind you. It wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't. You know? But I do get why black women are sensitive about it. I understand. I understand that we don't have a lot of wiggle room to relish in certain stereotypes, right? But we need to know when black people, specifically and black men, are trying to fearmonger us out of knowing the difference between being fetishized and sexually attractive or genuinely desired, versus someone, just making a positive statement about how we look. I think we all know. Most of us here know. Most of the ladies here know when a man only wants us for sex. They're pretty easy to spot, and that can be any race of men, right? But I look at the black community and they all under my last video, oh, well, what about fetishization? And what about the white he's gonna fetishize you? And I'm like, that's what y'all already do. It's okay for black men to find mixed women sexy because of their skin tone and their hair texture. Is that not fetishization? Are mixed women complaining about it? I have y'all heard, honestly, I don't hear a lot of mixed women complaining about being fetish. Do y'all hear it? Do y'all hear mixed women complaining about that? I mean, every now and then I might hear them say it, but as a group, I don't hear them say that shit. And you know how y'all say, oh, well, sometimes it's not colorism, it's a preference. Well, sometimes it's not fetishization, it's a preference and it's appreciation for dark skin. You see how that works both ways? You see how that works? If white women and Asian women and mixed women can use their skin and their hair and their bodies to attract various races of men, guess what? Dark skinned women can too. And I know that's an unpopular take. I know some of y'all mad about what I just said right now. I know you are seething. I know you are seething, but guess what? We can use that to our advantage too. And I've said it before. I've used my curves, being built a certain way as an advantage in the hypergamy game several times. Just like men use their money to their advantage and what kind of cars they drive. It's called an exchange, okay? And you play whatever cards you have to win the game. And see, this is that game shit, and that y'all don't ever want to play it. Y'all don't ever want to like really get into how the game works and how everybody's playing it but you. And you always complaining about losing when you don't want to play the game. What a Gem says, white women love to be called ivory skin and milky tone. Being chocolate is the least of exactly. Now there is a cutoff, lady. So I'm not saying you should just accept any and every type of fetishization. But some of it really is not that serious. What a Gem says, being called chocolate. Yeah, yeah. And so balance is key, right? You don't want to deal with men who only want you for your body or your skin tone. Just like most men don't want women who only want them for their money. Unless, of course, you both want that kind of arrangement. You want a strictly transactional arrangement. But if you don't, and he likes your inner qualities and he's also sexually attracted to your physical attributes, including your skin tone, there should not be an issue. Let me give y'all an example. As women, right? We find certain body parts on men sexually attractive, do we not? What do y'all like about men? What do y'all like on men? For me personally, it's the shoulders, It's the arms. I like a thick neck. Do y'all like that? Like when it comes to men, that's my shit. Like I like to see a man with a thick neck and that Adam's apple poking out. That's really sexy to me. He doesn't even have to be like buff or anything, but if it's like a thick neck, yeah, the jawline, like all of that is sexy to me, right? Yeah, big hands. Yeah, yeah. Right, right. And so, and we know we like the height thing, right? We like tall men, most of us. And so if a white man says, "Ooh, I love your chocolate legs," I suggest you just accept the compliment. You don't have to go into all this. Oh, are you fetishizing me? Just because he says he likes your chocolate legs. And hey, look, if you choose not to swirl and you really not into white men, fine. But take the compliment and go. That's all you got to do. It didn't hurt you, when he said that he likes your chocolate legs. It didn't hurt you when he said that. And a lot of black women do have sexy chocolate legs. I'll be looking at them too. I'll be like, dang, her legs are sexy. Nice legs, shiny and shit. Looking all good. Makes me proud to be a black woman. So it's like white men can see that too. They see it. They see it too. So it's like, why do black women have such a hard time just accepting a compliment? Just accept the compliment. You don't have to date him. A lot of white women don't date black men, but do they accept the compliments that black men give them? Yes. They love that shit. And so I just feel like, and look, don't let and I say you don't have to date them, but also, like I said in the last video, don't let your refusal to swirl be because some pro black man on YouTube or a pro black woman, whichever one, because the message comes from both of them. But don't let them allow you or allow don't allow them to tell you that you're only a fetish to any non-black man who shows you interest just because he says your skin is nice. I mean, if I had white people's skin, I would admire dark skin too. I shouldn't say that. But I mean, seriously though, right? But my point is, let it be a decision you make on your own. Okay? Stop allowing these people to play mind games with you and gaslight you. And we need to understand the game when it comes to this. We need to understand that public objections don't always need to be made. Even if you question if non-black men are fetishizing dark-skinned women or if an agenda is taking place. Excuse me. And I know you guys don't want to hear that. Like, you guys think, like, I know you guys are like, Christy, oh my God. A lot of you are clutching your pearls. But you don't always have to object. Now, if a non-black man is being totally disrespectful or it's some really, really bad promotion and it's fetishization, fetishizing dark-skinned women in particular, and it's really, really bad, that's one thing. But if he's simply saying, oh, I always wanted a black woman. Wow, black women are so sexy. Wow, I love your hair. That doesn't automatically mean it's fetishization. See, a black woman, we just immediately, and again, I know where it comes from, but we immediately jump on the defense, right? It's like, oh, you always wanted a black woman. What's that supposed to mean? You fetishizing me? I don't want to be fetishized. You doing too much. All because he said he all wanted. You don't even know what that means. Like, let him keep talking, and then you decide what it means. Dang. Maybe he just said he's saying that because he feels like y'all wasn't interested. He's like, dang, I always wanted to date one of y'all because y'all are really beautiful to me. That's how y'all are. You know that's what you do. What's that supposed to mean? This white man is fetishizing me. Or they say it to about another one. That white man is fetishizing you, girl. Run. He gonna kill you, girl. Run. Like the black community has really, really done a number on us when it comes to, and it's not just the black community, it's white people too. It's the white community too. So I'm not just blaming it on black people. It's white people and the history in this country. We can't deny that the racism in this country, they've done it too. Right? But what I'm saying is in 2022, it's just not the case for every white man. It's just not the case, y'all. Now, are some of them still on that? Yes. But times have changed, y'all. We're not enslaved anymore. It's not slavery anymore. It's not. It's over, y'all. I'm sorry. It's done. People are swirling it up. It's not that serious anymore. No, it is serious. It is serious. But here's what I'm saying is that it's possible to find a white man that's not racist. It's possible to find a white man that's not fetishizing you. That's the point here. Yeah, y'all are really bad with it. Or if I do a video like the last one, or if I do a corrective promotion video like involving an interracial couple and it's a black woman, and I post it, y'all be all under in the comments, "Oh, it's an agenda. This is an agenda." Okay, and it still makes you look good. You're benefiting from that agenda. You are benefiting from your desirability promotion. Everybody benefits from their desirability promotion. So what? If a non-black man is saying something about how they like dark skin and natural hair, or something about black women being beautiful, maybe you should just leave the compliment there, or the statement where it's at, and just say thank you, or don't say anything at all. And let me say this. I do see oh, Mocha Mommy, hold on. She says, "Did you see the video of the black man getting catcalled by Thai sex workers? He did not complain." No, I didn't see that. But girl, no, they love being fetishized. Oh, black men, honey, they love being fetishized for their quote unquote, heavy on the quote unquote, for their quote unquote BBCs. So, and we know why we say quote unquote, because not every black man has a BBC, but they love that stereotype. They love it. And that's what I mean. They, by picking and choosing, you know, they feel like, oh, well, this is desirable enough. So let me go ahead and, I'm gonna take that. Adema22 says, all my ex ever talked about was my lips, legs, waist, hair, butt, and skin. I got him to pay my tuition and buy me 2 cars. Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's what I'm saying. And you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. I'm just gonna keep it real right now. If my niece, which my niece, she's mixed, she doesn't date black guys anymore. She dates pretty much exclusively white guys or mixed men. Okay. Um, but if she got a nigga to buy her, 2 cars, and gave her a bunch of money because he liked her skin and her skin tone and her hair texture, you think I'm gonna complain about that? You think I'm gonna be like, girl, no, don't do it. I don't care. As long as he's not crazy or dangerous. Like, who cares? Like, look, and I know this is probably such an unpopular opinion. I don't care. And what I was gonna say before I read that super chat, I do see black women, and see, this is the other side of this, right? I do see black women who do go a little too hard with the compliments from non-black men and white men. Like, y'all do be like going overboard with it, like, and it does kind of cause them to pander. So what I'm saying is, while I don't think we should jump up and down about the fetishization, I also don't think we should completely reject it. I feel like, why don't you just take it and just leave it there? You don't have to praise them for complimenting your skin, and you also don't have to um object to it. Like, they're like, why can't we, like, stay somewhere in the middle. Like, is it possible, Black women, to not go to either extreme and just find a happy medium? Or am I asking for too much from y'all? Is it I mean, I don't know. Think Feminine says, my first super chat on YouTube, Chrissy. I truly value your content. Oh, thank you. Thank you, love. That makes me happy. Yeah, I do see y'all gushing at compliments from non-black men. I do see it. I do, and it is cringy, right? Um, but anytime, what I'm saying is, it's also cringe, right? When anytime a white man specifically compliments a black woman publicly, there's always a decent amount of black women making a huge fuss about it when nobody else does that. Not to the extent we do. Again, not black men, not mixed women, not white women, not Asian women. I don't see any other group of people harping on fetishization to the point where they are limiting their dating options or getting mad when people who look like them date out. Black women do that all the time. Black women are always under my videos about interracial dating complaining about how a beautiful dark-skinned black woman is being promoted with a non-black man instead of a black man. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Do you see black men complaining about being promoted with white women? Do you see Asian women being upset? I mean, okay, I'll say this. I have seen a couple of videos from Asian women complaining about the submissive stereotype. But for the most part, they take advantage of that shit. Do you see how much them Asian bitches swirl? Do you see how much they love white men? They don't care. Now, I don't recommend we do what they do, and I don't recommend we take it that far because they be doing a lot. It'd be too much, and maybe we'll talk about that in another video. How Asian women talk about white men. That's a little too much. But the thing is, I think I think for them it's like it's almost mutual because white men like them as well. You know? So it's like they're fetishizing each other. You know what I mean? So, I don't feel like black women can go that far because white men in mass aren't fetishizing. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with this, right? So we can't afford to be exactly like Asian women. But what I'm saying is, we can take the compliments and go. That's all I'm saying. We ain't got to protest about it. We ain't got to write think pieces about it. We ain't got to jump up and down about it. We can just be like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Have a nice day. That's all. That's all you have to do. Right? All I'm saying is y'all don't know when to be quiet. That's the point here. Y'all don't know when to just not say nothing. Okay? I remember a long time ago, on Twitter, some white guy, God, I wish I had that clip. But some white guy was like doting over his black woman. I think it was his girlfriend. And she got mad. Um not I don't think it was no, what happened? He was damn, I wish I could find that clip. But he was basically saying he was like, "Oh, I love my black girl." It was like a tribute to her on Twitter, and he was just like giving all of the reasons why he loved her, and it had nothing to do with her being black or anything. He was just, giving all the reasons why he loved her, right? Y'all got mad. Black women were all under that video, and they were like, I mean, going against their best interest. Black women were under there like, oh, but if this was a black man talking about a white woman, black women would get mad. So what? So what? They're allowed to be hypocrites. We can be hypocrites too. And see, this is, again, this is the part of the game y'all don't like. You don't like when I tell black women you can be hypocritical like black men or just everybody in general. You can be hypocritical just like what I talked about, like with the Asian women, right? Asian men who are colorist as fuck, right? For the most part, the collective of Asian men, colorist as fuck. They're mad at Asian women for dating out. Meanwhile, Asian women, they hate how they look. They get that eye surgery where they want to make their eyes bigger, right? They put on all of that white powder and shit to make themselves look lighter. Why do you think they do that? Because the men, they like white women. Or they like Asian men who like, or Asian women who look white, right? So it's like, how dare you then get upset with Asian women for dating white men? Why are you mad, bro? You're just as color. You like white women. You love white women. You want to date them too. The issue is white women don't like Asian men as much as Asian men or white men like Asian women, right? So that's the real issue here. But if Asian men could swirl as much as Asian women do, they would. They would. Yeah, the skin bleaching is out of control. So it's like that's the hypocrisy I'm talking about, right? Just like black men. You say every day online how you don't want a black woman, how they're not submissive enough, they're not light skinned enough, their hair's not long enough, it's not curly enough, their noses are too wide. You say all of this shit about black women, but you get mad when those same black women with the short natural hair, the wide nose, the dark skin that you just got done shitting on, you get mad when they date a white man. So you got all this hypocrisy going on, but you want to be mad at black women who, yeah, we can do that too. We can go under a black woman's post who's with a white man and say, yeah, you go, girl. I'm so happy for you. And then when we look at a black man with a white woman, we can turn our nose up. We are allowed to do that. We could be hypocritical just like you. Oh, but you don't like that. We're the only people who can't be hypocritical. No, fuck that. And that's why I don't believe in that, oh, black women are the only ones that have to uphold this fake ass moral standard that nobody else adheres to. Fuck that. If you can be hypocritical, you're still going to be hypocritical. I can be that way too. Now, do I think black women should, keep responding to all these pictures of black men with white women, all of these young Gen Z dudes dating white girls, which I didn't see a lot of black women respond to that, which I'm very happy about, right? Because I think most of us are used to seeing it. We don't care anymore, which I'm so happy about. Plus, the Gen Z black girls are swirling too. They don't care. They don't care like that. They don't. um, but yeah, it's like I don't recommend that we outrage about it anymore, which is why I don't on this channel. But we don't have to like it. We still don't have to like. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I swirl. I exclusively date non-black men for right now. Right now, probably forever. I'll never say never, like I said, but yeah, probably forever. So yeah, I can do that and still be like, when it comes to black men and non-black women, I can still do that. I don't care if it's hypocritical. I don't care. Because everybody else is hypocritical. I don't care. And it's not me saying, oh, because they do it, I'm going to do it too. It's just me pointing out, you guys, that humans are hypocrites like that. We're all like that. And nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to admit that even people that you don't want to see them with people who don't look like you. Can we just be honest right now about that? Like, this has nothing to do with race or gender. I think every race and every gender is like this. I think we're all like that. I don't think it's exclusive to one type of person. Because we're selfish. We're selfish as fuck. We're selfish. I like to see men who are with women who look like me. Yep. It sounds vain. It sounds narcissistic as fuck, but that's what I like to see. I like to see men, all men, with dark skinned women. I do. I like to see it. I don't give a fuck. Even if I would never touch that man with the 10-foot pole. Even if I would never date that man, I still like seeing them with a black woman who looks like me. And everybody's like that. Don't just make it seem like, oh, it's just black women. Everybody is like that. Black men like to see all races of women, even women they don't want, even the fat women, even the women with no ass. Even the women they think are ugly, they like to see those women with black men. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Hmm? Where else y'all gonna get this type of honesty? Nowhere. And so when y'all, just to circle back around to what I was saying, when y'all are on Twitter mad at black women for celebrating interracial dating when they do it, but not when black men do it, I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you're limiting yourself. You're robbing yourself of the right to be hypocritical like every fucking body else. And yeah, should we all work to not be hypocritical? Of course, sure, fine. But is anyone else doing that, or is it just black women that's expected to do that? That's the shit I don't like. Don't expect black women to do some shit that you'll never do. That's what I don't like. Y'all remember when Donald Glover, he joked about black men and non-black women, and how he came so hard because this non-black woman said he had an n-word dick or something like that. Like, it was basically race play. He like really got turned on by that. Were black men outraged by that? No, they didn't say anything. But Issa Rae, she can joke about a black woman dating Asian men, and it was just really a joke. It really was. And all hell breaks loose. And black men are ready to cancel her show that they didn't even watch. They didn't even watch the damn show. Talk about they gonna cancel it. I was like, where do you gonna cancel? You don't even watch Insecure like that. Black women watch Insecure. What are you talking about? Talking about they gonna cancel. I was like, oh my god. That shit was hilarious. So yeah, if they can be hypocritical, so can we. That's my point here. Yeah, I don't see anybody else complaining about this to the extent that we do. I don't. If look, most other groups of people, this includes black men, mixed women, Asian women, they capitalize. They at least try to capitalize from their stereotypes, or their physical attributes that make them sexually desirable, right? It doesn't matter if they're interested or not. If they aren't interested in the race of people who are complimenting them or making some sweeping generalization about their group, they just don't say anything. They just don't say nothing. They just leave. They just, oh, okay, that's how they feel. So, and sometimes black women, I'm saying you can do the same thing. You really just don't have to say anything. And I'll say this too: black women, we get fetishized by all men. It's like, it's not just white men, it's not just non-black men, it's not just black men. Look, I have had my fair share of men that just wanted to hook up or tried to holler at me because I had a big butt. And I know a lot of black women can relate. I know you can. But they were mostly black men. They were mostly black men. So out of my dating experience, I have been fetishized by mostly black men. And that's been happening since my body started developing in middle school. And I'm sure most black women here can relate. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. Black men are known for fetishizing black women for our butts, our curvy bodies, but somehow we don't see that as fetishization. Like Steven said earlier, like, we're so numb to it. And I'm just saying, like, if you're really upset about it, black women, if it really bothers you that much to be fetishized at all, just get on code and have the same energy across the board. Just be outraged about it all the time from every race of man, including black men. But you're not. Oh, I know you're not going to do that. I know you're not. And so, when I saw those comments under the last video, I'm like, okay, Black women, we're still drinking the pro black Kool-Aid, and we can't do that. We can't do that. And a lot of you guys, you feel so inferior. You have such an inferiority complex. You really believe that if a man compliments your skin, must have some, hidden agenda. Like you've been told so long that you're ugly and no man will ever want you, that when they actually do and they're being genuine, you don't even believe it. And to me, that's sad. That's very sad. You have drank the Kool-Aid so much that you don't even believe that you can be genuinely attractive to somebody. That's really sad to me. That breaks my heart, honestly. And you can see right here online with your own two eyes that there are men of all races who genuinely love black women. They marry black women. Now, I'm not saying marriage always means, a picture of a marriage, it always means it's healthy or perfect, but, that applies to everybody, right? Black marriages as well. So y'all love to see, all these, cute little black love stories or whatever. And you just kind of take it at face value. But when you see a black woman marry a white man, you're like, oh, he's probably fetishizing her. You don't take it at face value. And see, that's what I have a problem with. If we gonna take shit at face value, we need to do that across the board. Right? And I get it. We're tribal. We're a tribal group of people like everybody else. And I would be willing to play this little game with black people and pretend that black men weren't fetishizing us and it was only, the evil white man. And, you know, I would be willing to play that game if black men weren't doing the opposite. If they were also playing the game, I would be willing to play the game. But since they're not, I can't. I just can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Black men are way too abusive. They're way too colorist. They're way too anti-black woman for me to play that pro-black community game and act, blind to the fetishization and blind to the bullshit. I just can't do that because that is what other races do, right? They'll exacerbate any negative interracial encounters outside of their group. White people do this. All races of people do this. And they'll ignore their group dysfunction, their in-group dysfunction, right? So I'm not saying that black people and black women are particularly different in that regard, right? But the thing is, the men and women aren't working together to put up that united front. And black women are just doing it by themselves, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Like, if you want to play that game, like we're just such a perfect community and it's only outsiders that are the problem. If you want to play that game, both genders need to be on the same accord. And since we're not, I'm not willing to play that game. You see, all of this is a game. You get what I'm saying? And y'all need to know the game. If you're not willing to play the game with me, I'm not going to play the game with you. Right? That's how this works. White women play the game with white men because they also play the game. You know what I mean? They're playing it together for the most part. They operate as a group. The men protect and provide for the women as a group. Right? As a group. I'm not saying that every white woman gets special treatment and every white woman is, married hypergamously and living the good life. I'm not saying that. But as a collective, those women, even if they're not individually being protected or provided for, they're protected under the system that their men have created, right? So, of course, they're going to be willing to play the game. Black women don't have that from black men. And y'all still want me to play that game, but that's not how this works. Nobody else is playing by the rules. Black men are not playing by the rules, so I'm not following the rules. I'm not giving black men special treatment just because they're black, and I feel other black women should do the same. If you don't care about them fetishizing you, if it's not really that serious, then don't care when non-black men do it. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? Again, black women, you don't have to date out. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But what you should do, just for your own dignity, please, for your own dignity, for the image of the collective of black women, please stop screaming about being fetishized by white men and how you'll always choose the black men, because they're not doing that for you. You look stupid. And I look stupid as well 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I was stupid as well. Nobody's doing that for you, black women. So, like I always say, play the game. And look, if you don't want to play the game, if you don't want to jump in and play the game to win, right? Then stop complaining about losing. Stop complaining about being in last place. Good point. Dee says Doja Cat used black men's fetishization of her to come up. She doesn't even date them. Right. That is such a good example. And you see that how they had a meltdown after it was found out that she doesn't date black men. Oh my God. Blueface had a meltdown. I made a video about that. And I'm like, black women, this is not your fight. Cause a lot of y'all was, oh, she don't like being black. Look, that's between her and black men. I don't give a fuck what Doja Cat is doing. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about none of that. These are the women that black men put on a pedestal. So when they fuck up, that's their problem. That's not ours. Or when they fuck up in their eyes. Cause I don't care. I don't give a shit about what none Doja Cat. I don't care. I don't care about that. She, hey, they elevated her. She used her privilege to get where she had to go. So that's what she did. And y'all need to stop, like, seriously, like, I just, and it's not just black men who puts women like Doja on a pedestal. It's also black women, right? So when she turns around and says something negative about black women, I don't want to hear y'all mouth either. You know what I'm saying? It's like we complain about these people, but we're constantly making space for them to undermine us. It doesn't make any sense. Just like y'all are mad at Meghan Markle for saying that she didn't get treated like a black woman until she was with Harry. No shit. Duh. What did you guys expect? Didn't I tell y'all to stop identifying with this woman? Didn't I tell y'all a long time ago? Oh no, you got mad at Chrissy. You said, but her mama black. But her mama a black woman. So she black. And she can be black too. And now y'all mad because she said she didn't really identify with being a black woman until she was with Harry. Yeah, because she's a mixed woman. Like, I was y'all mad at Megan when I didn't care. I was like, oh, okay. Because I never identified with Megan. I never really saw myself in her. Like, obviously, I see myself in her mother. Obviously, she's half black. But did I identify her on the level where it's going to make me angry that she said that, she doesn't have the full black experience? That's the honest truth. That's true. She didn't say anything wrong. And I'm not caping for her, but what did she say that was wrong? Isn't that what y'all want mixed women to do? To acknowledge that they're different than us and not take up too much space? That's what Megan does. That's what she, and so it's like, y'all, I just don't. It's just, what a gem says, like, Doja's public hatred for 4C hair, black women love her. Yeah. Oh, that child hate her hair. She hates her damn hair. Baby, she is mad at God for giving her that type 4 hair. She feels like, oh, I got everything but the quote unquote good hair. She's pissed. She's pissed. funny. Oh well. Like I don't I'm just not invested. I'm not invested. I'm not. Yeah, something's going on with Doja. Something's not right. I don't know what's going on with her. She's always been weird, and I said she's a bad weird. I've said that a million times, and I don't know what's going on with her. Yeah, that is why she shaved it. I'm like, girl, I mean, I'm sure you can find a good stylist that could hook your hair up. Like, girl, get it together. Like, just to see her struggle that much. Wow. Wow. Yeah, she's having her Britney Spears moment. I agree. But anyway, that's all I want to say on this topic. I may revisit it again if y'all give me some other things to think about. Please don't misconstrue what I said in this video, y'all. You get the point. Everything is not a fight. Sometimes you can sit it out, even if it is fetishization. Even if it is, you can sit it out. Sometimes you don't always have to object. It's not always that serious. And you can be hypocritical like everybody else. You can play the game like everybody else. Please start playing the game to win. Fuck all this moral shit, this morality shit, this faux morality that nobody else follows in this community and outside of this community. You don't have to do that, y'all. It's a bunch of bullshit. And it's only those arguments are only being used to tie your hands behind your back and restrict you from really leveling up how you want to level up and dating who and just expanding your options. And you know why? You know why? You know why they're so invested? It's because they know you can date out. They know you can. Because look, if they really believe that no non-black men ever would want black women, if they truly believe that deep down in their hearts, why the hell are they working so hard? I mean, working overtime to try to stop you from dating out. Think about it. Would they really be working that hard if they thought that you couldn't get a non-black man, or they thought you couldn't be hypergamous, or they thought you couldn't level up and do better than them? If they really thought you couldn't do that, would they be working this hard to stop you? Like none of it adds up, y'all. None of it adds up. So, you got to really question why these people do this and what their motive is and who it benefits as well, cuz it doesn't benefit you. It benefits them. So yeah, I'll talk more about this later, I'm sure. Thank you guys for joining me. This was fun. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining, and thank you to everybody who dropped a super chat, everybody who joined the membership. If I forgot anybody, I'm so sorry. More content coming soon. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye.